Hello, it's me, Jill, again, your Leaving a Legacy real estate agent. Woohoo! We are at the juicy part of this process. You have submitted your offer and it has been accepted by the seller. You put your skin in the game by depositing your earnest money deposit. And the lender has pre-approved you for this loan and is ready to dig deeper to get you qualified for this purchase. This is a very exciting part. However, let me just say, it's also a very stressful part of this process because you are not quite ready to go. Okay, not quite. We're almost there. All right, but they have to do a little bit more digging. They have to cross their T's and dot their I's and be sure that you are good to go for this loan. Okay, so again, as I've been mentioning throughout the various videos, that all documents will be submitted using DocuSign. Be sure to read your documents online, sign them, and then when they're completed, download them and save them in a folder with the property name or however you choose to save that folder. But be sure that you are reading your documents, one, and signing all of the documents that come through. This is the time when you are going to be in your email and on your email and in your text a lot. Okay, so daily you're going to receive emails, you're going to receive text asking you to sign something, and so you're going to have to be on top of it. Okay, and again, you may have to sign and re-sign. So again, you're keeping all of your folders, even if you see that it looks like it's the same document. If it looks like it's the same document, you're signing it for a second time, it's because it might have an amendment or something. So I just want to reiterate how important it is to read your documents and to save your documents in case you need to go back and reference them at a later date. Okay? This is going to be your responsibility. I never put my documents in the hands of anybody without ever getting making sure that I have my own copies. So again, a copy of your documents is your responsibility. If people lose stuff, crashes happen, all kind of stuff happen. You guys know what I'm talking about when we have technology crashes and just so because we don't know what could happen. Again, save all of your own documents in a file. And if someone was to have to come back to you and say, look, we've lost your file, it's happened to me through NACA before, and they said, we lost your file, no problem. Let me go make you copies. I can produce every document that I have that I signed. And so guess what? They were able to keep my process going because of that, because I'm on top of my game. So I am suggesting too that you do the same thing so that you know what you have signed and you be ready in case of any type of technology emergency that may happen. Okay, or somebody comes back and says, oh, you didn't sign this document, and then you go and you look through your folder, you say, oh, here it is, yes I did, and you just send it over, and it's just as simple as that. It's all about just keeping the process moving. Okay, and I'm a stickler about process. But let me tell you, everybody is not as diligent as I am about my paperwork and my documents. So I just want you to understand that even when I'm good at doing what I do, because I do paperwork, that's just what I do. I do processes, that's just what I do. I do it and I do it very well. That doesn't mean that everybody else gives the same attention to process or documents. So again, I just want to say that to you. And again, I want to say congratulations because now we're actually really moving. So this is the important part again. Like I said, this is the juicy part of the process, and there will be a lot of documents coming your way. So I want you to not be stressed, but I do want you to be aware and be alert and be on top of checking your documents to make sure that you're signing. And you know what? Even if you miss a document, trust me, someone will come back and let you know and say, hey, I sent you this document and ask you to sign it. And let me just say this about Gmail. Gmail layers their documents. I do not necessarily like Gmail style. I've been using them for a while, and my favorite is Outlook, and I think I'm probably going to be going back to Outlook. I just and maybe directing my Gmail account to Outlook because I do not like the layers. It's too easy to miss information that's given to you. So if someone comes to you and you're using Gmail and they say you sent something, you have to go back and open up that email because they're not sending new emails. They are just kind of like looping emails in because you're already in their contact list. So some people will just do a reply and put an email in that reply, and you'll just have this long thread of emails, okay? Which I do not like, but that's what people do. So I just want to make you aware if you're using Gmail, you would actually see that happening. And so anyway, just kind of let you know about some different things that some people really get stressed out about stuff like that. So I just wanted to talk to you about that piece. And so you should have received a list of documents needed from the loan processor. If you have it, you will be receiving one soon. So I want to talk to you. I'm trying to stay ahead of this process. If you haven't received it, you could be receiving it soon. So it would have come from Loans Realty Group, okay? And then you have a loan processor. Your loan processor is different than your transaction coordinator, who is also different than your lender and your lender and your loan officer. So Loans Realty, that that's our team. That's me and your team. We work with Loans Realty, and they go to work on our behalf. We have a loan processor, we have a transaction coordinator that is going to be working specifically on your loan documents, and you will see documents basically coming from them. If we're missing anything or we need anything, you're going to hear from the loan processor or again the transaction coordinator. Okay, from the loan realty group side, who will be providing your documents to the lender. They will make sure that the lender has everything that they need. The lender will not communicate with you directly. It will be the loan processor from Loans Realty Group, and it will be the transaction coordinator from Loans Realty Group that will be requesting documents from you, okay? And they will send those documents to the lender, and they will be sending your documents also. Documents will be requested from escrow, and escrow will be sending you those documents, okay? You, from time to time, will get an email from escrow. Escrow will be sending you your title documents. They are the ones handling your earnest money deposit. They need all of your information for you to wire over your information to get your earnest money deposit to open up escrow. Okay, so that's so you will get some emails from them, but your lender documents will come from our team, Loans Realty Group. And when I say our team, that's me and your team. That's what we work with. Okay. So now, let me just tell you what the email is, what's going to be in the email, what the loan processor is going to be asking you for. They're going to be asking you for the earnest money deposit. They want a copy of the council check and the bank statement showing the withdrawal of the earnest money deposit. Okay, so they want to be sure that it comes from your bank. So if they have any questions, if you send them a council check, a copy, it's always going to be a copy of a council check and a copy of your bank statement showing the withdrawal of the earnest money deposit. If they have any challenges around what they sent, they will always come back to you and give you some more basic instructions on what it is that they're looking for. They will also, now, if you're going to shop for your own homeowner's insurance, they will ask you for the homeowner's insurance quote. I went with Allstate. I chose my own homeowner's insurance. You may say, oh, well, you guys just pick. I don't want to deal with that. You guys just pick, and then it will come from whoever the escrow agent has a relationship with. They will use that person for the homeowner's insurance. You will see that, and they will reach out to them on your behalf for your homeowner's insurance quote that you need, but you will have to sign it. You will have to sign off on that. Okay, also, they're going to ask you to sign off if you're doing CalHFA. You will be signing off on 3 loans. Your first loan will be your main home purchase loan. Your second loan will be your down payment loan. Your third loan will be your closing cost loan. Okay. And so again, when you go to CalHAPA, remember I was telling, I took you to the site. You can go there. You can read about the different loans. The second and the third loan do not become due until you actually refinance your house or until you sell your home. Okay, so that's not something that you will be paying back right away. Okay, so they're called silent loans. Okay, all right, so they're going to ask you to sign off on those three loans. Review your documents. Review your documents. Your loans will have what your mortgage is supposed to be, will have your loan rate locked in for you on what that loan rate is going to be. And so you're going to sign off on that. That's why I say this is exciting now, which is the juicy part. They may also come back and ask you about your assets. If they do not see the money from the bank statements that you turned in sitting in the bank, they may say, where will the rest of your deposit come from? So just for FYI, just for your information, a deposit, a down payment can come from a gift from a relative, okay? And so you can have a relative gift you. Say you don't have all of your down payment, because remember the second loan is only down payment assistance. So if you need money, additional monies after they've given you the loan for the closing costs of the deposit, whatever, if there's some additional monies needed, you can get a gift from a relative if needed, and you will know that way ahead of time. That will not be something that you find out late in the game. That's something we get early on, because that's a part of the qualification before we qualify you for the loan. You will also provide your bank statement and your proof of assets, and you will attach, if you're getting some assistance for your down payment, you will a gift letter, and that gift letter will come from the person who will be offering you some assistance for down payment, just so you know that can happen. Okay. They're going to request your tax return transcript. Could be 2019 and 2020, right? Mine was for 2018 and 2019. I'm going to say that again because they're not requesting your tax return, because they already should have your tax returns, right? Because I was like, I already gave you my tax return. They're like, no, we want your tax return transcript. And you're going to just go on site to the irs.gov website, and you'll get that link, and you're going to go and you're going to do it right online. You're going to request your tax return transcripts. They will send them back over to you in the email, and you can just upload those and you can send those over to the loan processor. You will also be asked again to complete the home buyer's education through online. So that's why I sent that to you early, because this was coming down the pipe. So now they want to see that you have your certificate. And if you don't have it at that time, you have not finished, it's no stress. Take a week or so and complete up what you need to complete, and just let them know that I'm in the process of completing that 12 module course, and that will be fine. And so if you are not provided a code, you will have to pay the $99. And you might say, well, Jill, why can't I just get the code? Because they only give out so many a year. I cannot tell you that at the time that you're going to be going through the lending process, that there will be a code available for you, because it depends on how many people have gone through that had to take that course before you actually got there. So within the same month or so. So I can't guarantee it. So I have to just let you know that there will be a $99 fee if we cannot provide you a code to get on for that course. Also, you will sign, if you have not already signed, the borrower's affidavit and the certificate and zip interest rate acknowledgement, acknowledging that your rate has been locked in. You know what your rate is. Once they give it to you in writing, you will know what your rate is, and then you will sign an acknowledgement that you accept that rate. And then they're going to ask you for your most recent pay stub. So in the beginning of this process, it could have been 2 weeks ago. If you got another paycheck, they want that pay stub. They want that, and that's going to be all throughout the process. You may have to give your pay stub maybe one or two more times. Should only be one more time after they come back and ask for an updated pay stub. So when you get closer to closing, they may want to see one more pay stub. They're always looking to be sure that your income is what you stated it is, and that you're still on your job. They're verifying right up to the very last, to the last point of that. So again, no major moves on credit cards if you have them. Don't make any major moves on any of your credit cards. Don't make any major purchases. Do not go out and purchase a car, a bunch of furniture. Just do not do anything. If you could just be still. Right now, it's just time to be still and allow the process to be completed before you do any of that. Now, I didn't say do not plan, because I got me a spreadsheet right away, and I started right now with all of my expenses. My estimated expenses are going to be for my utilities, for the furniture, for any repairs I want made, for just anything like that. I got me an Excel spreadsheet, and I just begin to put that stuff in writing so that I can see and be prepared for what I'm doing when after I close. And so again, that goes back to being organized. Is there anything that I left out that I didn't think about that I may need? I just would not be, I was not comfortable coming into this new place without an alarm system. I just was not comfortable. I live in a gated community right now, and for me to be moving outside of a gated community, I have to have an alarm system. I want to protect my asset, not just myself. I want to protect my asset. So again, just write down all the things. Write down your wish list, things that you may not be able to get in the beginning, but that you may want to have later on. Start to write those things down. It also helps you with your motivation when you think about why it is that you're doing, why you're leaving a legacy for your family. This is a major motivator to keep you moving forward. So that's what I did. And then income miscellaneous. If you have some an employment situation, maybe you have a gap in your employment, be prepared. They're going to ask you to explain the gap in your employment. You have to have 2 years of employment or being with the same employer, or of employment in the same field. So let me give you an example. If you have a job that you was on for as being a car salesman for 6 months, and then you leave that job and you decide to go and work for Starbucks, a totally different field, they're going to look at that, and that may not be acceptable. I just want to say that may not be acceptable. So you are, by this point, we've already discussed this, and we already know that your employment is good. So I don't need to kind of go into all the differences, because you're already past that point. But if you've had some employment gaps, be prepared to explain. If you had some differences or some things different in your income, maybe because you got a raise, you went from one income and you got an advancement, they're going to want you to explain it. Just explain it. No big deal. Nothing to be nervous about. I had an active fraud victim alert on my credit report. I've had it on there for years. They wanted me to explain that. They also called me to verify that I was giving them permission to loan me that money, because I had that credit fraud, that is the fraud victim alert on there. They said, well, we need to verify because you put that on your credit report. We want to be sure that it's you actually applying for this loan. So I was like, okay, it works. So that's what you wanted to do, but I did have to explain that to them. And then, like I said, short, brief paragraph why I did it. I was never a victim of fraud. I was just told that it's a good thing to do so that nobody can steal my credit. Okay. And then income miscellaneous information. They may ask you if you've had a difference again in titles. Explain that. What happened? Why were you a layperson, maybe a layperson later, but then maybe you got bumped up to management. And so they may ask you to explain that. And so also they may ask you to explain again the variance if you have difference in income. So I just wanted to let you know, just to be ready for those little explanations. Or maybe you're married. See, I'm single, so maybe you're married and they have some questions around maybe some income between you and your husband, or something that they see on your credit report. It could be anything. If they ask you to explain it, and you might not want to share that information, call me, let's talk about it. I'll help you get it written in a way that you feel comfortable sharing whatever information that is, and let's just get it over and get it signed, because it's basically that's all they want to see, is they want to see an explanation, and that you're not trying to hide anything. Okay? So basically, that's it. Now, this is, like I said, now we're down to the nitty gritty of getting into getting you qualified. And if you have any questions, you have any hesitations, you have any concerns, I want you to reach out to me. Call me, email me, or text, whatever you're comfortable with, and let me know what is going on. Again, I want to congratulate you for moving through this process. You are doing this, and I really am so proud of you. Again, thank you for allowing me to be a part of your process and for choosing Loans Realty Group for all of your loans and realty needs. You have a great day.